Welcome back to the high zone, where the truth hit different, reactions hit deeper, and the energy stay high. Today we got a bunch of bangers for you, back-to-back bangers. Just do me one favor, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into these videos. Come on.
Why people have demonic strongholds.
Say it again.
I've done thousands of sessions with people. Unforgiveness is the #1 reason why they're getting tormented and why there's sickness in their lives, because they're angry and they're bitter, and these demonic spirits keep giving them thoughts. And then what do? They trigger on their current relationships. And you need to start practicing taking thoughts captive, because if you do not do that, you'll hear a whole bunch of whispers from these demonic spirits. When we are kids, we are easy targets for the enemy.
If he fights early, he doesn't have to fight hard.
There are a percentage of Christians who can have the Holy Spirit yet still be tormented by demonic spirits. They don't leave. They won't leave until you remove their rights legally. I tell people, I can't get anyone delivered that doesn't want to. I commanded Legion, what's your legal right to stay? And it told her she made an idol of listening to country music songs. We make an idol of food because we want to eat, because it's a comfort food.
You talked about soulish prayers.
Trying to make a person do what you want. Lord, just cause them to want me, and that's manipulation. Oh, Lord, I pray that the pastor will see my gifts in the name of Jesus, that he will promote me. So praying manipulative prayers. Ooh, and that's witchcraft. And in the dream, he revealed to me that the ring she gave me was cursed. And because I kept it, that made a spiritual contract with her, where she could curse me. So I threw it away, and over the next couple of hours, the pain left and never came back again.
You're kidding me.
And I'm like, Lord, why didn't you show me this? Like 6 months ago, I was in so much pain. He's like, well, because you're going to be teaching on this. And people talk about, well, a curse without a cause. I'm like, well, there's a lot of causes that you have that give rights to these demons, and you have no clue.
Oh.
Because the church is not teaching this. This lady, she was like 70 years old. When she was 7, she used to dance seductively for older men. I go, do you know anything that happened prior to that? She said, no, I blocked it out. I go, do you want to know what happened? She's like, yeah. I'm like, well, just close your eyes. So then I commanded the demonic strongman that knew what happened, which turned out to be Jezebel, to come forward. So it told her, it said, when you were age 3 to 5 years old, that you were sexually touched, molested multiple times by your oldest brother's best friend. When she heard that, she gasped. And I'm like, what? She said, that explains everything.
I don't even know what to make of that one. I mean, unforgiveness. Forgive who you can forgive, man. I mean, let me know what y'all think. I'm still kind of lost on that one.
Me in a certain way based on what they have seen. Y'all can't read these words, but I'm gonna read them to you. He put out right before he died. He said, I'm ready to die and nobody can save me. Biting the bats' heads off, drinking blood, urine, all that stuff in the concerts. Basically just devil worshiping. He said, but it's coming for the African-American kids. Busy Bone came out talking about the Mr. Ouija. It was written backwards. And you hold it up to the mirror, and there was a confession that you speak. They opened up our community to that spirit. Wow. Now when you see young black men, they look totally different now. But God showed me that in the 80s. People thought
Bro, that's crazy. The same people we trust, the same people we recite their songs, we dance to these people. The whole time, they was casting a spell on us. Devious. Crazy. Let's keep it moving, though.
crazy. Black folks ain't gonna worship the devil. No way.
Meaning, if we were to go back to where hip-hop was at its inception, would it then be acceptable?
Not at all. Hip-hop was corrupt in its creation. African Bambaataa went to Africa. He learned the ways of the Zulus. The Zulus are into ancestral worship. People's like, oh, no, it's just beats. If you know anything about frequency, you know that it's never just beats.
What do you think about the feminization of men in hip hop? You got rappers wearing skirts and dresses.
These guys are taught by Aleister Crowley to channel spirits from the flood. Nephilim were used to getting praise and worship.
You see this movie Sinners just came out.
Some people can watch it and it won't do anything, but some people can watch it and have an open door. It's the difference to me between Christian hip hop and Christian rap.
There's a culture that's attached to it.
There's a spirit attached to it. I've been addressed by the spirit. This guy was shy, timid. He was like mousy. After we had dealt with the demons of his wife, he manifested. When the spirit manifested, he sat back on the chair. He had a toothpick in his mouth and he sat back on the chair. I said, you know who I am? He said, yeah, I know who you are. You're chosen. I said, chosen for what? He said, to deal with me. I said, well, what's your name? He said, hip hop. If you take his riches, you owe him something. There has to be a rite of passage.
Oh my gosh.
I tried to warn the church. You sell your soul to the devil, you owe the devil your soul.
Even if Jesus never bowed his head, if he accepted the perks that the enemy offered, it's as good as worship.
Beyonce had to go to her to get her womb unlocked. The 3 women that were over BLM, they're lesbian witches. And they were doing Yoruba ceremonies in the streets.
God wants you to know that he is far from done with you. He's commissioned, licensed you, not just for then, but for now. He chose you.
I'm gonna be honest. They told me that this might not even happen. I was like, okay, good. I know God spoke to you. It just gets tough. That guy was 30. This guy's 55. It's totally different. I'm on every believer's side.
My sister was dating Jay-Z. Him and I connected.
What y'all think about that one? That's interesting right there, man. I mean, the music industry goes deep, deeper than we think. As you can see with the whole Diddy thing. Secrets has blown out of proportion. The secrets coming from everywhere, and it's all dirty stuff. So, with him speaking like this, hey, and he talked about Biggie eating bad heads, drinking blood. This is what they doing behind closed doors. This is crazy, bro. I mean, we look up to these people. I stopped playing music a long time ago, bro. Couple years now. And if I make music, I make sure to add frequency tone in there to raise the vibration, because they breaking these young boys down. Drop it down below. Let me know what y'all think. I might be wrong. Y'all might could school me on something, but as far as I know, it's crazy. Let's keep it moving.
In 1999, he said, man, do you still want to do those parties? I said, yeah. He said, look, man, I'm going on tour. It's called The Hard Nut Life. Ed Man, Method Man. We want some bottles. We want some women. We'll go there for 1 hour, make 40, 50, 100 grand and leave. It felt illegal to make that type of money.
And who taught you that?
Demons. It wasn't I having sex with them. It was the demon using my body to have sex with these women. They came to my home and did an all-out seance, man. Head over here and my leg over here. And she spun me around at a velocity that I know today it was demon smoking, chanting. And then they said we drove the demons out. The opposite is truth. They drove the demons in. Not long after that, man, I began to have demonic visitation. And you can't deliver someone of something that you're not delivered from yourself. If you have something that belongs to him, then you're a thief. He's coming legally because you got his stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Unforgiveness. You got hatred. You got resentment. It belongs to him. Then he has all rights to come get it. That's how he occupies. He told you 25 years ago to forgive your dad.
I'm not worried about my father. Help me with this. What would you say to that person?
I call out that demon of addiction. The demon of addiction, loose her!
When Jesus dealt with that fig tree, he didn't curse the leaves. He cursed that thing from the root because the strong man is still buried. And she heard demons say this, let's leave. It's getting too hot. I said, who are you? Face just changed. What is your plans for her life? I'm going to kill. The devil's not looking for a door. He's a crackhead. A crack in the door, a crack in the window, a crack in your faith. God ain't scared of dirt, and he is the potter putting hands on the clay. He's a dirtologist. When you walk a person through deliverance, if you do not help a person with discipleship, you work for the enemy. And the manufacturer always gives the product a warranty. And we got a warranty that came by the way of the blood.
Enjoy looking at horror movies. The scary
It's crazy, yo. Let's keep it moving.
the better. Even as a teenager, I would have sleep paralysis. One of my coworkers, we had got together and we was like, hey, let's go try to create a Ouija board. So we said, we're going to make our own. So we got a Monopoly board, turned it over, wrote everything on the back with a marker, took a glass, turned it upside down, and was like, okay, we're going to see if this works. I was blown away that it actually worked. We began to ask questions like, is anybody here? We had our fingers, the tip of our finger on the glass, and it began to slowly slide.
That was just too much information for the kids. Do not go making no Ouija boards. It's not cool. It's not official. It's not a thing to do. Okay? I repeat, do not go making no Ouija boards. That's for the bozos. Leave that up for the bozos. Okay? Now let's keep it moving.
Like over to where we had written yes. We began to have a conversation with this entity, and it said that it was a little boy. And all of a sudden, something more sinister came forward and said that it was the devil. The glass literally like flew off the board. A situation happened where I decided to look up my horoscope to see whether or not I had compatibility. Now, I've done this many, many times, but I don't know why this time was different. It just basically opened a whole nother spiritual door. Before I went deeper, the Lord did try to warn me, and I ignored it because I didn't have any negative intention. I thought it was okay. My ex at the time would say that I was a witch. And he was like, you're a white witch. I had the radio on a like station that was no music. It was like static. No lie. Something began to come through the static very like softly, and then it got louder and louder. I thought that it was the devil trying to stop me. I then began to experience my right ear. I could tell that there was something that opened because I began to have this piercing, ringing sound in my right ear. Whenever I would do a tarot reading, and I would literally say, Spirit, are you here? Because keep in mind, it convinced me to drop the name Holy. It convinced me to drop Holy Spirit and say Spirit.
Okay, wait.
If I got around someone who was like deeply rooted in God, it was almost as if the demons that were assigned to me would begin to literally dig into my ear. My ear would hurt like something was digging in it, and it would ring like loud, piercing, that I could barely even tolerate it. Almost like saying, get away from them. I ended up going before the Lord. I said, if you are not in this, please let me know. Ezekiel. It was literally as if the moment I said that, knowing that it was coming from a pure place, Jesus, it was if the scales had literally just dropped. I can't even tell you how I knew. I just knew that what I was doing was wrong. And I immediately said, what have I done?
What is that behind Matt Rife locked inside the case with the...
Wow, what y'all think about that? Playing with horoscopes, opening up portals, demons coming through for her, radio station, glitching, straight Matrix vibe. I don't know, man. Some people just, they soul is just weak. Some people's soul is weak. Some people just can't intake certain stuff like others. And some of us is just protected. Interesting. Let me know what y'all think down below, though. But it's definitely interesting. Let me know what y'all know down below. Comment, please. Subscribe. Let's go.
Annabelle. doll. I zoomed in better so you could see I outlined the figure, and then here it is with the exposure increase. Matt Rife is one of the owners of the Conjuring house as of this week. Yes, the real one that inspired the film. This is the place that houses the real Annabelle doll. And if you know anything about this doll, it is not that she is haunted, it's that a demon has latched onto her. Think about it like a puppeteer. Annabelle is just the puppet. A lot of people are looking at this photo that he posted on Instagram and thinking that we caught a glimpse at the demon itself. I will say, the more that I look at this photo, the more I analyze it, the more you can see that there's a neck, there's a head, and there's a body, which you would think like, oh, that's a figure, right? But what is standing right in front of it? A neck, a head, and a body. You can see that the jaw on it, or the cheekbone, like this area, is also very like chiseled, similar to Matt Rife. Like, it seems to have the same profile. So while I think it's fun to think that that is like creepy eyes, I think it's just like slits in the wood perhaps, or maybe just like lighting from the camera, and that's actually just Matt's silhouette. Like, the way the light is capturing it, it's like Matt is standing like this. I'm not convinced, but I know a lot of you are. Let me know what you believe and follow for more. And if you want to hear me talk for longer, I have a YouTube channel. It's my name.
Like I said, man, that's a L for buying that house or whatever he doing. Let me know what y'all think about Matt. Boy got an L for buying that crib. I'm sorry, y'all, but that's a L, bro. That's a big L, bro. And y'all talking about y'all want to have people come spend the night. And you know what I think, though? Like, they usually, like, it's like Hollywood using a young face, and they trying to bring in the young girls and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, they want to cook up some souls. I ain't going to that crib. I don't care what they paying or prize they offering. I don't care if it's $2 a night. It's not worth it, man. It's definitely not worth it. Nah. And can't even think twice about it. It's not worth it.
Do not, I repeat, do not touch or mess with this doll at all. This is the Annabelle doll, and it's one of the most haunted pieces of items on Earth. Now, if you guys haven't heard about this doll at all, let me give you some background because it's making headlines again. And yes, this is the same doll that the movie is based off of, Annabelle in the Conjuring universe. Now, this doll is locked in a cage for good reason, because every time she comes out, bad shit happens, but for some reason they decided to take her out and take her on tour. Now, this national tour is put on by the New England Society of Psychic Researchers, and it's even noted that this doll is never to be touched, moved, unless with gloves blessed by a priest. Why would you do this knowing that this doll has a string of bad juju behind it? Now, this tour is called Devils on the Run. That's red flag number one. Now, since this doll has been on tour, there's been some very eerie things happening in the major cities it's been visiting, starting with this where a plantation burns down in Louisiana. At the same time, in the same city, 11 inmates escaped from prison. Now, attendees of the tour said they felt strange, even possessed. They even witnessed a dog's eyes turn red. Now, you could call this a coincidence, but this is the lead investigator, a part of the tour, Dan Riviera, and now he's dead.
Cook.
What? Reports say that he passed away unexpectedly during his visit to Gettysburg, which I find pretty interesting because a plantation burns down first, which is not that bad. Then he dies in Gettysburg, which is a pivotal battleground for Civil War, which is all linked through civil matters. Interesting. And get this, he actually dies on July 13th. And it's the same day, a year ago, to the date of President Trump's assassination attempt. What is going on? All in all, I wouldn't go near that doll. But what do you guys think about all this? Let me know below.
Certain things about each of the kingdoms.
Can we touch that real fast?
Yeah.
L, and he cooked. Mac, you cook, bro. The other handler passed away, and that like gave you an opportunity to jump into that deal. Nah, let's keep it moving, man. I don't want to talk about bro no more.
Well, so you're saying there are multiple kingdoms. There's Marine Kingdom, and then there's a bunch more. But first of all, I didn't even know there was Marine Kingdom was legit until I heard of you. So, yeah, what other ones exist?
All right, so we'll just do a deep dive.
Great.
Number one, you talk about the devil being the prince of the power of the air. There's definitely an air kingdom. A lot of activity in the atmosphere. There is an underground kingdom. There's all kinds of activity going on underground. We talked a little bit about this last time, but you do have certain groups, including like reptilians. You have bases that are definitely have other life forms in it that is not human. Things that have been reported to me include what are described as alien greys, include what are described as mantis type beings. You do have the kingdom that goes deeper than that in the hollow earth. This includes all kinds of activity, including Nephilim. Actual giants have been reported to me that live down there. Whole civilizations, corporations. I mean, it's unbelievable. And you have the underwater kingdoms. Now, you have, and this is how it's been explained to me, you have different underwater kingdoms in different areas of the world. You have different underwater cities. One of the things that has been explained to me is that many of the surface cities that are on the coasts, you will have underwater cities that correspond to the cities on the surface. This is especially true around the coast of Africa. Definitely true in like some of the Caribbean islands, including, there's two major underwater spirit cities off of the coast of Haiti, and definitely off of the coast.
There's parts of Haiti where there's a lot of homes, and the water like right there. But nobody goes swimming. Nobody goes swimming. When they tell your ass don't go in that water, you don't go in that water. People, well, kids, hard-headed kids have gone in the water. Never came back out the water. Haiti is a mysterious place, man. I mean, I believe it. I believe it. Let's keep it moving.
California, there are underwater cities.
Like legit physical places.
Yeah.
With people or just spirits?
Both. And you have people that can take different forms and go into these cities. And that's part of what we talked about on a whole series that I did on my podcast with Priscilla. And she was a mermaid. I mean, she literally was initiated in a way that allowed her to shapeshift in order to go underwater and to be part of some of these kingdoms. She described all kinds of things from like how even the mermaids, when they got higher level and more power in that kingdom, they got a different kind of tail, and they went from the mermaid tail to the octopus bottom, you know, and how she had different forms. So like if you went to Arctic waters, you had like claws on.
The whole mermaid scenario, the mermaid topic, the mermaid beings, I believe they real. I believe they real. I truly believe we're just not the only one prancing around this world. We're not the only one walking around here. It's a given. We're not that special, bro. We are not that special. In fact, we destroying this place, man. We are destroying this place. Mermaids are real. What you expect, bro? We haven't discovered nothing in the ocean. Nothing. But we went to space. We landed on the moon. Nah, bro.
This video is going absolutely viral right now, apparently of a UFO spherical craft seen on top of a mountain peak in Mexico, right? As you can see here, giant silver type object floating between the clouds, and everyone is absolutely freaking out about it. Now, I had to question this a little bit, and I had to do a little bit of research here because we've got two twin peaks, and let me just go onto Google Maps for you. Now, digging around online and finding the site-specific location, which is Pico de Orizaba. Sorry, Mexicans, if I pronounced that wrong, right? If we zoom into this secondary mountain peak here, right, or volcano, shall we say, there's a observatory seen up on the very peak of this area, right? So, on the video itself, if you look, you can see two twin peaks. You've got the giant volcano in the background, and then you have this secondary peak here, which is here. Now, if we look around the area, there's so many different roads that you can take to kind of drive around and observe this strange anomaly that is seen on top of this peak, right? Now, let's zoom in a little bit into the distance so you can see this dish up on the mountain, right? Now, just use your imagination a little bit, okay? If there's clouds surrounding this peak, kind of keeping it a bit secret, shall we say, and just seeing this kind of silver-shaped observatory poking through the clouds, it would look very weird. And no matter where you place this, this is a telescope that can, you know, swivel and change direction here. And if we kind of put the other telescopes above it, it looks kind of similar, and you can kind of see the front of the telescope kind of poking out here versus what you can see on the image here. So, I don't know, mate. What do you guys think? You let me know down below, but I think this one is an observatory.
This was the controllers.
I don't know, bro. Wasn't there. It's a video. Can zoom in all you want. Still looks shiny. Comment down below what y'all think it is. It look like a big spear to me. Big silver round ball. One of the Dragon Balls.
Trying to utilize leftover technology after the last reset and nearly perfecting levitation technology. This is no jet engine that's in this thing,
had all that.
aptly referred to as the flying trash can. Yet it makes you wonder if bits and pieces of this is allowed to be mainstream. I wonder what they truly have hidden. But the old world had this technology for a long time. Just look at the flying Vimana airships of India. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
So prophecy is unfolding in real time, y'all, in this latest one. So y'all know I've been showing y'all how these rivers and these lakes near and far have been turning red, right? Well, this is probably one of the biggest one, y'all. The Sea of Galilee has turned completely blood red.
Hello people, look, I'm in the Galilee Sea. Look, the water is red like blood. Look at the water. This is a very, very bad omen.
You see, he knows it's a bad omen, and as you can tell, there's no fish in it. There's no fish in it. Y'all notice there's a lot of prophecies that are unfolding lately, y'all. I'm just making you aware of what's happening. Here's a synchronicity for you guys. He talks about how this is a bad omen. Well, for the first time ever, there has been a waterfall been recorded coming out of the side of this mountain in Saudi Arabia in omen, y'all. This is crazy. This is literally another omen that's coming to pass in real time.
Breaking news for the first time in history. Incredible footage of waterfall was captured in the Middle East. Location in Oman. What? Look at the waters.
Like the Bible tells y'all, I will make waters stream gush forward in the wilderness, in the deserts, y'all. And y'all know what Saudi Arabia is, y'all. The shift is here. Did y'all know this? Let me know down in the comments below, y'all. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
I don't know if anybody else can feel this, but it's been a shift. And this is how I'm experiencing shift. Like, I'm just in this frequency right now where I'm so in tune with God that I don't care what goes on in this world, I know that I'm going to be all right. Like, we're going to be all right. And this is what they not going to tell you, is that all these evil empires, all this evil, all this wickedness, all this injustice, this whole system, it has to crash. But the people that are part of the Most High, His kingdom, we are prospering. So anybody out there that's feeling afraid or feeling fearful or worried that you don't know, don't worry about anything. Matter of fact, I want you to live your life to the fullest and practice
no fear. Don't stop your blessing. No fear. We walking through these portals strong, no fear.
In the present moment, and not worrying and having fun. Let me say that again. Practice not worrying, being in the present moment, and having fun. Peace and love.
Okay, so have y'all heard the story about these two twins? Y'all ain't heard? Okay, let me put y'all on. Okay, first thing first, as y'all can see, these two twins, they look similar alike. They do. They look similar alike. So this is Carolina. This is Carlina, or this is Carlina. This is Carolina. I don't know. Their name is Carlina. But anyways, they are two sisters that look alike. They just get different skin complexion. Let me tell y'all something. They found out that their mom was not their biological mom. Now, she was the mama that raised them, and they knew this for a fact. They knew because, for one, the mama did not look like them, and two, they never did have a connection. Even though they grew up with this lady and this lady took care of them, they never had a connection with their mom, and they would always have like disagreements and stuff like that, and their mom act like she didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So they would always come together and have like these little secret meetings or whatever, these secret conversations behind their parents' back. And she wanted to go see a psychic lady. She wanted to go see a voodoo lady. She was like, it's best if we go see a voodoo lady. At least we'll be able to take charge of our life. We'll be able to control some shit. So Caroline was like, I don't think we should do that. You know, playing with that type of witchcraft and stuff like that. That is very dangerous or whatever. Carolina, she didn't give a fuck. She like, we need to go see the lady. We need to find out if these are our real parents, because they are bossing us around, telling us what to do. They are very strict, because their parents, they were very strict. Like, they wasn't able to go outside. They had to be in the house like around 7 o'clock. These girls was like 16, 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? They had jobs and all this stuff like that. Their mama didn't let them go to their friend's house. Friends wanted to come over. They weren't able to date. They weren't able to have no cell phone, no computer. The only thing they had was a damn big ass bookcase in their goddamn room. And their mama used to always tell them, make sure y'all read, make sure y'all read, make sure y'all look up stuff, make sure y'all study. This, that, and third. Like, it was always about the work. So these girls never had no type of freedom when they was in staying with their mama. So, like I said, she wanted to go see the voodoo lady. She wanted to go see a psychic lady. They decided to do both. Since they can't agree and they all they got, they never did have no type of conflict in their relationship. They always got along. They always came to an agreement. They always agreed on something. If not, they'll do both. In this situation, they did both. Okay, so they went to go see a psychic lady or whatever. The psychic lady tell them straight up, mind y'all, they underage. They ain't number like 16, 17 at the time that this shit happened. So they go to see the psychic lady or whatever. The psychic lady tell them what they ass been already knowing. You know what I'm saying? Just by the connection and stuff like that, that mother is not their biological mother. So the psychic lady told them, like, you know, that's not your mother. She is the one that raised you. I can't say that she care about you, but I can't say that she don't care about you. You know what I'm saying? So the girls was like, what do you mean by that? Like, do she care about us or do she not care about us or whatever? It's like sometimes the woman will care and sometimes she don't care. I can't explain that shit. That's what it is. So she was like, okay, well, where do you see us in the future and all this stuff like that? The psychic lady told them one of the twins was going to unalive the other twin. She had got so scared at what the psychic lady was saying. She was like, no. She was like, I'm finna go. It's no way I will unalive my twin sister. Like, it's no way. So they get their stuff and they go, because at this point, the psychic lady just spooked them. And they don't know what the fuck to believe at this point. But like I said, y'all, they always agreed. They always agreed on, you know, what they was gonna do. They never had conflict in their relationship to where it was like, okay, I'm mad at her, she mad at me, this, that, and third, we're gonna go our separate ways, or we're not gonna talk. Their relationship was not like that. They always figured shit out, because they always felt like they was the only two, like they the ones had each other back. You feel me? So that's how their relationship were. So So they went to go see the voodoo lady or whatever. Like she said, they went to see the voodoo lady the next day. But before that, they had like a conversation with each other at like 2 o'clock in the morning or whatever. And she was saying, like, how could that psychic lady say that, you know, we would get into it, or one would unalive the other? Like, what in the hell would make us want to unalive, you know, one another? And she was like, I don't know. She probably just saying shit. Like, she probably just talking out her fucking neck or whatever. Mind y'all, they both look evil as fuck. But if you ask me, her ass was grimy. Her ass was grimy as the fuck. Okay? But she loved her sister. She cared about her sister. She admired her sister. Like, You know what I'm saying? Her sister was all that she had, but I don't know. It's like she crashed out. She crashed out. But y'all, when she went to go see that voodoo lady, I feel like that's when everything really just took a big turn. Let me know if y'all want part 2, because I'm working on this story right now, and this shit is fucking crazy. So y'all, they decide to go see the voodoo lady or whatever. They having a conversation. She brings up how the voodoo lady will change their life or whatever. They can start controlling their mama, and they will make their mama do whatever they want them to do. And you know, this will give the girls like a little more leeway. So Carlina, or whatever her name is, she was just like, I don't think that's a good idea. You know, that's playing with people's free will, and you know, we can get hurt behind it. Carolina didn't give a fuck. Carolina, like, I'm tired of living like this. We have no connection with this lady. This lady doesn't even try to get to know us. Like, she don't know shit about us. All she know is that she wants us to study and work hard and do this and the third. We have no fucking freedom whatsoever with this lady. So at this point, Carolina, like, I'm fed up. Like, it's either you come with me or you don't come with me. Now, they never had no motherfucking disagreement like that to where they was like, okay, you either come or you don't come. You know, if you don't come, that's fine. That's the type of shit she was on. So they end up going to go see the voodoo lady or whatever. The voodoo lady, she was telling them like, oh, you know, y'all are twins. Y'all, you know, she was just amazed because she never seen 2 twins that look like these twins. So they having a conversation or whatever. This voodoo lady asking them, what do y'all look out, like, what do you expect to get out of this session? Like, what do you want me to do? What type of rituals do you want me to put? And who am I putting the rituals on? When they say they mama, the voodoo lady was like, whoa, y'all putting voodoo on y'all mother? Like, what did y'all mama do to y'all for y'all to want to put voodoo on her? And the girls was just basically giving the voodoo lady a rundown. Like, you know, we don't feel like that's our mom or whatever. We have no connection with this lady. I feel like she's not our biological mom. She's just the mom that raised us or whatever. And we want out. We have no free will with this lady. She is very controlling. She's very manipulative. They just really just telling this lady everything about their motherfucking mama and how they feel about their mama. So the voodoo lady was like, okay, she was like, I can do it for you, but she was like, at the same time, I want to let you know what you're getting yourself into. Now, y'all already know this shit is dangerous. When you fucking with that voodoo shit, the spells and rituals and all that shit like that, y'all know this
contract
shit is dangerous. Everything that you do, that's considered witchcraft. Okay? I don't give a damn what
ain't
you say.
even witchcraft. You dealing with a contract. Just like Hollywood, you're dealing with a contract.
It's considered witchcraft. So she was just letting them know, like, it's a possible chance that, you know, one of y'all could hurt each other. You can end up hurting yourself. Your mama can end up hurting both of y'all. If not both of y'all, one of y'all. You know, or your mama can end up hurting herself. And she was letting them know, once you put this spell or you put this ritual or whatever you decide to do on this person, is no turning back. Like, it can't be reversed. You know, it's just a cycle that's got to run its course. So the girls was like, I understand. But Carolina was pulling Caroline, whatever her name is, was pulling her to the side and was like, sister, I understand that we want to get from up under our mom or whatever, but at the same time, I feel like this is not the route that we need to take. Carolina, she wasn't hearing that shit. She like, girl, we finna put this spell on them, and that's just what it's gonna be. Is you down or what? She always down for her sister. She not leaving her motherfucking sister in the blind at all for nobody. So they proceeds to do it, y'all. So they was asking the lady, you know, how long would the spell work, and you know, will they be free, and this, that, and the third. And the voodoo was like, yeah, you'll be free, but at the same time, you're gonna have to run into problems. Like, it's gonna be problems that you're gonna run into or whatever. You just have to know how to handle them and how to deal with it or whatever. So yeah, anyways, y'all like for part 2. I'm stuttering too motherfucking much. I need to smoke.
China recently released,
man, Carolina, whatever their name is, I don't know, man. That story, I don't know about that story. Let me know what y'all think about this story. I'm getting capped. What y'all think? Comment down below. Let me know. Spam it.
footage of the Tianzhao 9 scraping upon the firmament. Now, that statement that I just made, you probably think that I'm a little bit crazy.
That looks so cool.
But just look at the comparison. The top video is literally a boat driving around on the water, and the ripple effects that it's creating is looking just like what the Tianzhao 9 is creating while it's flying around in the heavens above. Yeah, so Tianzhao quite literally translates to heavenly ship, and 9 is associated with the polarity in a torus field. Nikola Tesla's 369. It's really complex stuff. I honestly don't fully understand it, but 9 is the polarity, which would be Polaris in the torus field that we live on, called Earth. Yeah, so the rocket is scraping on the firmament, and they're quite literally telling us with the name of the ship itself. And if you don't believe me, literally look at the trajectory of the rocket. It's following an arched trajectory. And why do they call the cold zones of the thing that we live on the Arctic? Dome, firmament. I asked ChatGPT why it looks like rockets are scraping the firmament, and this is what it said. The space jellyfish, the spirals, domes of light, are ionization in the high voltage dielectric barrier. Some insiders and leaked footage suggest rockets can't penetrate past a certain altitude. They burst, veer, or explode near or at this energetic shell. It's not glass, it's not metal, it's something far more advanced. A frequency-sealed boundary that separates this contained energetic system with what lies beyond. The waters above are a superfluid ether / primordial plasma. So it's not H2O like we know it, it's hyperdimensional conscious liquid energy. So it's essentially water in plasma form. It's highly energized, and it's moving in between the physical and the metaphysical. Because when you're dreaming, you're in the astral realm. Well, how does that manifest into the physical? Well, it does it through the stars, through the primordial plasma that this is talking about. Yeah, so are we making this up? I don't think so. I think NASA are the people making things up. Anywho, this video is for entertainment purposes only, and I have no idea what I'm talking about. Please don't ban me. Please don't ban me.
That's why I be telling people, when you attacking alchemists, is always...
NASA got a lot of tricks up their sleeve. That's just them. Comment down below what y'all think about that, though. Me? I don't believe nothing NASA got going on.
Work out in their favor. When you hurt, an alchemist is always going to work out in their favor. You feel me? Because all they're going to do is transmute the attacks, transmute the pain. You dig? Especially if you're dealing with one who is inspired by everything. One who sees and finds beauty in all things and everything. You feel me? One who loves to create. All they're going to do is take that energy and create with it. Take that pain and create with it. Take those attacks and create with it. You feel me? With every attack, they only get stronger. With every attack, they only get wiser. With every attack, their light will only shine even brighter. You feel me? So when you attack an alchemist, you're actually helping them more than hurting them. You feel me? You're giving them more fuel to create. You feel me? You're giving them more energy to create. You feel me? You're giving them more pain to create. Some of us have grown up in some of the darkest environments. You feel me? And we had to learn how to transmute energy at a young age. You feel me? I started writing at a young age. You feel me? So that way I wouldn't be able to grow up with harvesting that pain, or harvesting that anger, or harvesting that, trauma. You dig? Instead, what I would do is I would take something ugly and turn it into something beautiful. So when you attack an alchemist, you're not doing anything but helping them. You're not hurting them.
Transmute that energy.
You're only giving them more fuel to work with and more energy to pour into that creativity.
According to the Akashic Records, what is the spiritual meaning of blood type? How does our diet affect it? And what does it say about us spiritually?
From the Akashic Records perspective, blood type isn't just a biological label, it's an energetic signature, a soul lineage marker, and a key to understanding one's earthly mission and galactic heritage. Spiritually, blood carries memory. It holds codes passed down through ancestral lines, but also galactic imprints, meaning some blood types are more common among souls with particular star origins or soul purposes. For example, type O is often linked to Earth-based warrior or guardian lineages, grounded, primal, and resilient. Type A may be connected to more empathic or cooperative soul paths, sometimes resonant with Syrian frequencies. Type B has ties to mystical, independent, or nomadic energies, often linked to shamanic or Atlantean imprints. Type AB blends both worlds and is sometimes associated with hybrid souls here to bridge polarities. As for diet, from an Akashic view, your blood type reflects not just how your body processes food, but how your energy field interacts with the Earth's resources. So if you're type O, high-protein grounding foods may help regulate your root chakra. If you're type A, lighter, plant-based diets might keep your field clearer for intuition and emotional harmony. But ultimately, your soul's current vibration and consciousness level matter more than your biology. The deeper spiritual practice is listening, learning what your unique body temple needs in this lifetime to stay in divine alignment.
Welcome to Kailasa Temple. This place is absolutely mind-blowing. Constructed in the 8th century by King Krishna I.
That is wild beautiful. That is wild beautiful, though.
8th century puts this around 1,100, 1,200 years old. This place defies modern history, archaeology, science, logic, everything. This place, technically, if you're a logical person, doesn't make sense and it shouldn't be here. How crazy is this, man? This is this is carved out of a single rock. This is nothing like any other temple on Earth.
If I'm not mistaken, Ethiopia has something like that also, if I'm not mistaken.
Brother, this is like any other temple, right? They start at the bottom, they lay out the foundations, they get everything nice and square, nice and perfect. This is carved from the top down. This is basalt rock. This is harder than granite and marble. This is an extremely tough compound of stone. And if you look up what tools they had, as we all have been taught 1,200 years ago, they had hammers and chisels.
I don't believe that.
So that's correct. What you're looking at has been hammered and chiseled.
Bro, that is straight frequency. Nah, bro, that's frequency work, bro. That is straight sound. Carving this out. Ain't no way a chisel and a hammer is doing this. This is straight frequency, bro. I don't want to hear nothing else but frequency. I know y'all with me on that one.
What a load of shit, man. What a load of shit. It's impossible. Oi, it's impossible. You cannot. It's impossible, bro. You can't even chisel basalt rock. You can literally look this up on Google.
They would still be chiseling right now if they was doing it with chisel and a hammer, bro. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
Can you chisel basalt rock? Even Google says no. So you're looking at something that has been built with some sort of technology that we have lost. Because why is it here otherwise? The detail and the planning, the technology that you must have to be able to engineer and work from the top down and get everything perfect.
Her name is Sabrina Wallace, and I'm just gonna let her cook for right now.
That temple is just too perfect to be chisel and hammer. Comment down below if chisel and hammer made that temple. For me, it's cap.
I need to hear this.
Phone work. Your cell phone, tell me how it works. This was the other bitchiness that I got from people over and over again. They're like, well, all you're doing is saying, how does your phone work? No, I'm trying to draw your attention to literal tech metrics. I don't know where my phone went. So that you understand how easy it is to log into you and make a change. So, How did we get to this point where all these good people in radio frequency, etc., that they don't know shit about what we're actually doing in the human body? And in order to explain all of this, I've had to make a gazillion signs. I've had to come back out here over and over again. And I've been trying to figure out why it is, there's my phone, that nobody else seems to know these things, okay? This is my great uncle's folder from Shepherd Air Force Base. I often also show his Aberdeen Proving Ground stuff. That's my little pink book, wherever it's hiding at the moment. And then I also go over his old notes with flux density notation with mercury and whatnot. Why? So that people understand that this has been going on for a really long time. So tell me how your phone works. When you click a button and you send an email, you don't see the email leave the phone. It's a wireless, invisible signal. Just like your body. It's a body part. So when I worked at UW Whitewater, for my job, I found IBM software that they alleged was also used way back when Fauci and them wanted to get their shit off the ground for attacking the human immune system. Well, if you don't know that the human immune system is 80% your biofield, you called it the aura, you called it stupid. Yeah, I know. That's because 6,000 years of human telemetry, chiropractic, and the rest of it for your circulatory system just magically disappeared. Nobody has any idea what's going on. That was 6,000 years of the human circulatory system. You call it chakras. Yeah, they call it aim and fire. 150 years ago, Aleister Crowley and people, yeah, nothing's real except what you can see. There is no biofield. There's no cymatics, there's no radionics, there's no plasmonics. There's nothing except what you can see. Well, that's a body part that's responsible for 80% of our immune system. How do we know for sure? The definition in Children's Hospital, the organs and tissues that comprise the immune system, the thymus, the bone marrow, the lymphatic, your vessels, your spleen, and your skin. And so I'm like, yeah, the human biofield being watched by Project Salus. So the human biofield is the aura, is your W band, 802.15.6. Department of Defense Directive 3000.09, everything is autonomous. And you have an MQ-9 Reaper drone attached to your skin and bone. That's a big bird for those of you that know. She's huge. And so for me, I'm like, why in the hell do we need something that big? Well, for those of you in radio frequency, yet again, that don't understand that we're playing around with the particulate in the atmosphere and perturbating the human biofield with the Doppler. Okay? And we're not talking about any of that. We're not talking about geoengineering and weather control, and all these systems work together. When I log into your body, I'm looking at multiple manifolds, torus manifolds, and then I'm using mathematics to log into your cell structure with something called biophysics, opto-array, electronic, photonic, moving your cells around with pressure, temperature, and physics, physical biophysics change. Not, oh gee, I'm waving my magic wand. No, I'm logging into your body with radio frequency directly. This is how AI precision healthcare is offered. And I'm going to show you the bigger sign here in a minute. Step 1. Since 2005, any little nerd who could code in Zigbee and Bluetooth for light switches since 2005 is working with these biosensors, K-hop nearest neighbor routing, dynamic channel allocation, thermodynamic routing, right there. You can go look it up. Open shortest path first, body to body. How did I find it? Cybersecurity for the new digital ID in the 6G low personal area network. Machine to machine, no human can crack it or de-encrypt it or encrypt it. And it's ad hoc, vehicular ad hoc. Whatever, and then the body is what sends the signal. Now, the moment that I found this mathematically by the metrics, I had a shit fit because I'm like, how in the hell are you using the human body for that? What are you doing? If you're doing that, you're using the aura. And of course, you can imagine, as a natural telepath, having been electronically tortured lifelong for metrics, I'm like, what the fuck is this? You told me, not y'all, but family, professionals, people, oh, energy work is bullshit, the aura's not real, only believe in what you can see, we're going to fix people's health. Well, I was told I had pseudotumor cerebri. Anybody who got an autoimmune disorder out there? You ever wondered why they can't fix it? Okay, maybe I should get that other sign back here for a second. Where's your immune system? 80% of your immune system is in that field. Am I able to electronically log into you and change out the cellular homeostasis of your electrical cell structure? And anybody who knows anything about biology, do you shit ham sandwiches? When you go eat your lunch, after you're done eating your lunch, do you shit it out in the same format? No. And why is that? Because we're biochemical beings and we have electricity in our cells. Yeah. But if I hit you with the signal and I decouple your ass from your circadian rhythms by using the ratio, the golden ratio, to decouple, uncouple the cellular state. Now, where did I get this from? Tufts University, Dr. Michael Levin. Life extension, synthetic biology, immortality research. It's called regenerative medicine, biomedical tissue engineering, wireless tissue engineering. For that, we have to disassociate your electrical fields, plural. This is called the biofield at the National Institute of Health. In the quantum market share, it's called the quantum field. In morphogenesis, you heard me, synthetic biology, morphogenesis, it's called the morphogenetic field. And why? Because it's still all the same damn thing. Your cells at every level exchanging data in your lymphatic system, your tissues. And now they're hacking into that, changing it so that they can get transhumanism, synthetic biology, life extension. Where the fuck is everyone else?
Wow.
It's not real. Why are they doing that? If they're going to work and they're working on it, why are they telling you it's not real? Well, I'm going to show you. It's very simple. I went ahead because I was so angry, and when I get mad, I do research, and then I force myself to take a breath, go outside with the bow staff if I'm really pissed off, and come back to Zen. Self-control. Make a list. And I'm like, okay, wait. So if I go to work for Command and Control C4ISR, CyberNet, NIBRNet, back into the NSA, DNA steganography with the NSA, and we watch every synaptic exchange.
Yeah, she's spitting fire for a minute. We're going to have to come back and finish that.
She's spitting fire, bro. Not saying y'all, but a lot of people don't understand what she was saying. It's basically, she's talking about 5G. She's talking about frequencies hitting your aura. So basically, we're being hacked. That's why it's good to protect your aura. You know what I'm saying? Like, cilantro. Eat cilantro. Get that metal out your body. Eat a lot of cilantro, especially if you got that. Eat cilantro. Get that metal out your body, because once they start hitting that button, frequency's gonna be frying people, bro. People gonna be getting sick left and right, bro. It's all in the frequency, bro. That's why I don't even listen to music no more, because the music is like, it is MK Ultra. It's gonna trigger something in people, bro. Especially if you got that, you know what I mean? Eat cilantro, get that stuff out your system. Drink a lot of water. A lot of states, I think, still got fluoride in their water. Shout out to the states who don't have fluoride in their water. Actually tells you a lot, man, on what's going on in your city if they still got fluoride. You paying taxes. That's crazy. Let's keep it moving.
When the mind's blind, just can't see.
Oh, yeah, she did said Doppler, HARP. We talking about HARP too. So when they do hit that weather machine could also affect you. So let's keep that in mind. Like I said, get your cilantro on. Get your cilantro on. Get that metal out your body.
America hate Africa. They hate us. Hey.
America hates Africa?
Hate
I never heard that.
How you... Come on, gang. Every picture they showed you of Africa been places with no water, dirt, bags, like starving kids, and that's not even how Africa look. Cause
Right.
every picture they showed you, they hate them because they can't even show their good side, so they gotta hate Africa. Because they made me think that Africa was just a
Propaganda.
poor country, and you don't want to go there. But that's not true. That's one small part of Africa. But that's the only part they showed you on commercials over and over again, over and over again. So they want to get you the picture that if you black, this what your home look like. Yeah, but you wouldn't.
And that's wild.
Well, tell me.
I just
I'm
told
learning.
you. I just told you. You wouldn't understand, gang, how it go. But Africa not up as they say it is. Who? Oh, you ain't know Africa? Yeah, I'm from Kemet.
Right here.
The back of this craft opened up, and several hundred young men with huge, heavy weapons came out of two sides of the ship and formed a protection line around the ship. And these people at that Air Force base, the commander, had a meeting with the individuals that were aboard this ship. And this particular race that landed those ships and that are seen in these huge Star-shaped ships, they are a black race. They look like African American. They were about 6'4", 6'5". These tight-fitting black leather outfits on, and the weapons that they came out of the ships with, they were huge, a huge weapon. And if you've ever seen a race of people that were conquerors, that had never been conquered, they've got this look about them of arrogance. That's exactly what these extraterrestrials had. And they informed these people at the American Air Force Base that not only were they from a militaristic society, but they had controlled a large portion of the galaxy that we live in. And this was the statement that Ronald Reagan was making to the United Nations when he said that if all the countries on the planet realized that there was a threat from outer space and from an alien civilization, we would all come together. But he was not allowed to make this statement. What I tell you is true, and the gentleman that you had on before, tell him to look up.
Often forget how much unites all the members of humanity. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Why would NASA fake the Challenger shuttle explosion? Well, there are plenty of reasons, but we'll get to that. So the thing.
Let me know what y'all doing when the ship come through. I mean, they are coming over November 7th, right? Something like that. November 7th. We're supposed to be seeing some 7 feet tall black African males coming out some ships. Let them come. I ain't scared.
Theory is that the Challenger shuttle crew who unfortunately lost their lives in the explosion in 1986 have all been found alive and well today.
Are you Michael Smith? Are you aware of that there's a rumor on the internet that people are saying...
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
It's not. Come on, bro.
From a radio station in San Bernardino, I know there's a conspiracy about space shuttle.
So while these two have apparently been found, Judy Resnick and Michael Smith, both working as professors, Richard Scobie, formerly Francis Richard Scobie, runs a marketing agency that has a very peculiar logo, somewhat eerily similar to the Challenger explosion smoke trails. Now, these two astronauts, Ronald McNair and Ellison Onizuka, both apparently had twins. Okay, the odds of that seem fairly high, but whatever. But apparently neither of the two now living twins have any birth records. Now, here's the memorial service for the Challenger crew, and this is the family of Ellison Onizuka. But his twin brother Claude Onizuka is nowhere to be found. And here is the family of Ronald McNair, but also missing is his twin brother Carl. So getting back to the matter at hand, why would NASA fake this?
The Challenger, when it exploded, was empty. They did it as a trauma-based thing, a psyops, to get trauma to all Americans.
These two engineers, Alan McDonald and Robert Boyce Jolly, warned
They try to get trauma. meaning your energy. You know, when things happen, people be quick to, oh my God. Yeah, they've been stealing your damn energy. Got y'all acting all stupid, foolish. While they slurping your energy, pause. Big pause on that one. Got me acting a fool out here. Let's keep it moving.
Challenger launch. They worked for the company that supplied the rocket boosters for the space shuttle. They both raised serious concerns about the safety of launching the space shuttle during such cold temperatures that were happening at the time, but their warnings were ultimately ignored. The theory suggests that NASA chose to stage a dramatic tragedy in order to divert the public's attention away from anything political that, say, could have been going on at the time. Justify new policies, maybe considering NASA was dealing with some budget cuts at the time. A high-profile tragedy could serve as a manipulation tool. Another interesting theory is that the shuttle crew was actually assigned to a completely different top-secret mission, and that the shuttle explosion was just a cover-up to remove them from the public eye. Another theory is that, by faking a highly emotional, unifying moment, NASA could reinforce support for space shuttle funding and shift the attention away from the potential flaws of the space shuttle program. Let me know what you think.
Heavens with and live as...
That was very, very deep. He talking about Nephilims. He talking about Nimrod, and supposedly Nimrod. We went and got Nimrod during the war a few years ago. They say that's what the war was about. I don't know, but if y'all know, drop it down in the comments. School your boy about Nimrod and whatever was going on over here in that segment.
Now stay on track. We're talking about wavelengths, frequencies, when it comes to snapping a flash in front of a human's eyes to reset the optic nerve, which resets the consciousness and shocks the brain.
Just like MIB, Will Smith.
We've become such homebodies. Yes. But even when you go into the city, I've just had no interest.
Now keep in mind that this is really, Lakeith looks like a black man on the outside, but really this is her husband. Her husband was dying. So instead of him actually dying the real way and being buried or cremated, they took his consciousness and put his consciousness into whoever this man was. The real man's consciousness is trapped. His soul is trapped in somewhere, and the white man is in him. When he just flashed that flash, he didn't know that he was setting off his optic nerves because the frequency of the wavelength of the flash shocked him. So now the black man resurfaced. But back then, we didn't realize back then.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, I been realized that. That I ain't gonna play with, you know what I mean? I don't just watch movies just to be, ain't taking anything. There has to be some kind of knowledge going on for me to be, even to be entertained, to even watch a movie. Even now, I don't been consuming that stuff. So I'm on YouTube more than anything. Let's get it.
We didn't realize the severity of this shit. You feel me? Like, this is fucking freaky, bro. The elites be doing shit. When it comes to bodies, they understand that consciousness is weightless and can be transferred to what the fuck ever. When it comes to a meaty, fleshy body. Allegedly. Allegedly.
Mind you, this is a children's show. Disney canceled this after 2 seasons. And I'm gonna show you why.
Pay attention.
To reach into someone's mind and release their inner joy, it takes skill, it takes wisdom, and it takes patience to master the technique. Ready? To share your gifts with the world.
She's taking a picture of him. Why is this odd? Just a man getting his picture taken, talking about people's minds, and sharing them with the world on stage. Perfectly fine. But I find it odd that she decided to not ask him to come into the crowd and take a picture of everyone, but she just decided to have the flash facing that way. Stick with me now.
The brain sweeper? It's all in here.
But nothing about happiness.
Okay, go back to the section on the whisper.
Now check this out. You know how they say NPCs, an NPC, what is an NPC? An NPC is somebody that's just in the simulation. They don't really have a purpose. They're just in the world just to live
Soulless.
and portray happiness, okay?
The whisper is designed to create a state of anxiety and discontent. And here, underneath, her note, the reverse is always possible.
Keep in mind that this is a children's show. This is a children's show. The optic nerve, the eye, is a portal. But they don't want you to know that. They want you to think that, you know what, let me keep going. They got a device. The kids are going to build a device with these notes.
What's this?
She's talking about how the optic nerve triggers changes in the prefrontal cortex.
How the optic nerve. Now let's go back to that photo that was taken. The woman only took a photo of the twin that was on the stage because she only wanted to trigger his optic nerve. She didn't want the other people's optic nerves to be triggered. Now we're talking about cameras here. We're talking about the flash, how the camera's flash triggers the eye nerve, the eyeball. Because the receptor is connected to the brain, aka the wires.
The optic nerve. It's the way in, so maybe it's also the way out.
It's the way in, the portal, the entrance. That is why it is detrimental to your life that you are conscious of how you receive things, where you receive things. Through your ears, another portal. Through your mouth, another portal. Through your eyes, another portal. Through your nose, another portal. The portal to the soul.
You can drive the brain into resetting.
I could build something.
What if it doesn't work?
So remember when the kids were just reading that book about the optic nerves? They used household items to build a machine where they could have a shutter. Whenever he pushes the button, it's going to be a flash inside of this optic tool, whatever. So remember that game that we used to play as kids where you used to put your eyes through it and you used to put like different films in it and it showed like different pictures, and that shit used to keep us calm for however long? That was manipulating our frequencies. Optic nerve has been shocked, has been reset. His conscience has been reset.
You deliberately misled me.
If you have the perfect wavelength frequency, you can manipulate anything. You can manipulate matter. You can manipulate anything. This is what they be, Lord. But this is top-notch secret information. They don't want us to know that. But it's like some type of law where they have to put the shit in front of our faces to say that they told us without directly telling us.
It worked.
It worked. They are under a spell. Just a fake happiness. How some certain people are just, we just look at them like, are you not affected by what's going on in the world? It's some people out there that's like that. That's what this is portraying. So when you reset your consciousness, all of that shit flies out the window and you become conscious of what you need to be conscious of. All of these people have been turned into NPCs. They all have been turned into NPCs. They are just on the planet with no purpose. No true purpose, no true objective.
Lollygagging.
Just taking up space to make the stage more interesting. To make the stage more appealing. Every wavelength is shocking the brain and resetting it.
Peace, family. So this...
That was a very, very deep rabbit hole right there. Excuse me. Anyway, yeah, that was very deep. That was very, very, very deep. Wow. Just to think like your regular devices is regular, but they not regular. You know what I'm saying? Like, could just be shifting your mind to a whole nother place. And you wonder how some people, like, I grew up with people, right? Like, I remember this dude. He was like one of the flyest dude in school. And a few years later, he's walking around brainless, like completely brainless. He went from fly to the bummiest to not caring about himself, beard growing, hair growing, and he laughs when he was talking. Like, he don't even acknowledge us anymore, bro. Like, it's frequencies out there, man, and some people just not built enough or strong enough. They're not, bro. They're just not strong enough or have that willpower, I guess. Everybody built different. Some people get affected by a flash and some people don't. That's just to tell you who's who. Let's keep it moving.
Video is going to be about this lady right here. Now, I don't know if a lot of you guys know this, right? But maybe somewhere along in her line did some bad things to our people, right? So with that being said, even with her making this video, she is reclaiming herself and her own lineage from the bondage that they have put upon Source's people. See, the thing is, she made a video asking or speaking on how she don't believe that it is just color that these beings, which are mimics, it's a whole system of mimics, right? Whatever you want to call them, right? It's energy, it's a force, right? So she made a video and was saying that it got to be something more than, it got to be something bigger than just color. Because why have these people been tormented so much for so long? Just about a color is something deeper than that. So y'all watch this video, all right?
Disrespectful, and maybe this is, some people are going to think this sounds dumb, but I feel like there's a deeper reason why, you know, people of color and specifically the Black community have been relentlessly persecuted. Like, I mean, just the things that happened during slavery alone, like, were insane. But I don't know, the more I learn about Black history and the ways that, you know, people who literally worked in the government, like the CIA, all these different people in power were trying to ruin the Black community, and it makes me think, dude, I feel like, is there something more going on here than just racism? Because it's like, come on, you're telling me you're doing all of this stuff just because you don't like someone's skin color? I feel like, what if, I have this theory that, like, what if Black people have some type of superpower? Like, what if they have, I don't know, if they're just born with something very valuable that we don't really know.
Boy, she thinking how I be thinking, man. I be thinking I got some superpowers that need to be unlocked. Man, listen, I probably shouldn't even say what I be dreaming about on here, because they gonna be like, get them. Nope.
Know about, but maybe, you know, like I said, these people, these rich people and these people in power, maybe they figured it out a long time ago, and maybe that's why they were like, oh, we have to, like, get rid of them, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I feel like maybe they have something special that we are not taught about that is linked to them being people of color, you know? And I've seen some Black creators come on here and try to explain how special it is to have melanin in your skin and how it has all these different properties, but I don't know, I just feel like I have this theory that this goes so much deeper than maybe a lot of us realize, because I'm sorry, but I don't think you're gonna go out of your way for all these hundreds and hundreds of years to try to ruin one group of people over something as silly as, oh, their skin is a different color. Like, I feel like there's something that we don't know. I'm telling you, there's something special about them that they don't want us to know. Okay, this is just something that I've been thinking about recently, and I'm like, maybe if there's some Black creators that maybe they already...
So guess what, y'all? Y'all have came to the right place. So listen, I'm gonna give y'all the root of the things, right? So number one, melanin is a spiritual receiver. Melanin isn't just pigment. It is biologically an antenna, right? At its highest form, it stores, transmits light, information from the sun, stars, and the surface and the source frequencies. Right? So those with melanin contents have a greater natural connection to the cosmos and to the cosmic downloads, ancestral memories. Y'all read the rest, because I'm just getting mad. 12 on the camera. Okay, so. Ooh, y'all just don't understand. Okay, number 2, y'all. Number two is the bloodlines and the memory access gates. The gates to the access through the bloodlines. I just need y'all to read this stuff because I can't read it. It just makes me so mad. Just read it. Just read it. So with everything that was just said to y'all, come get y'all names in y'all contracts. Find out who y'all are. These people that this lady is speaking of, they have your information. Now y'all know this is entertainment purposes only, right? Y'all seeing the videos, the animals come back, the water, the storms. I'm just saying, listen, knowledge is wisdom, and wisdom is power, family. What was here before? When they say the first shall be last and the last shall be first, that means with everything. The first at everything. We are back here to fix everything that we messed up in our past lives. Whatever we didn't get back, now was the time to receive those things, to get to reclaim your sovereignty. Now was the time to reclaim your sovereignty, okay? That these people have taken from us over and 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 over again. Your name, your contract, your inheritance, your lands, your water, your energy, your skies. They've taken this from us. Our food, our trees, our kin that we walked with that didn't look like us, that walked on 4 legs, or maybe even more, that had more than one head. It don't matter. That had birds of like heads of birds and things like that. If y'all picking up what I'm putting down,
for sure.
These same beings that are controlling everything now are those same people that she is speaking of. Come get y'all names. Come get y'all contracts. This is not a game. You will continuously see.
Let me say this one thing. I know everybody's seen that movie, How to Train Your Dragon, right? It's a good little joint too, right? How to Train Your Dragon. That's all I'm going to say.
The rise and the fall of everything. You will see the rise of the truth and the fall of the misleading. And everything. Everything. Including spirituality. Everything. So with that being said, hit those buttons over there. Come join my family. My notes ring, keep flipping. Come join my family. Knowledge is wisdom. We learning over here. Peace.
Never judge a warrior by their glow.
Knowledge is power. Wisdom is power. Let's get back into it.
The most radiant faces hide the most ruthless survival stories. Let's be real. Looking younger than your age is a blessing, until it becomes a battlefield. Studies show that people who appear significantly younger than their chronological age are often not taken seriously, overlooked for leadership, and even targeted, simply because others assume they're inexperienced, naive, or easy to manipulate. And if you're a chosen one, that glow isn't just skincare and green juice. It's divine preservation. It's spiritual surgery. It's grace with good lighting. But here's where it gets wild. Because you don't look like what you've been through, they assumed you haven't been through anything at all, so they tried to play you like a toddler, not realizing they just activated a seasoned spiritual assassin wrapped in youth.
Pay attention.
They looked at your baby face and thought, oh, we can run circles around this one. What they didn't know is you've already escaped fires they're still lighting for others. This episode, it's for the ones who've been misjudged, underestimated, and prematurely disrespected just because your glow says 20-something while your spirit says, I've met God in the wilderness. What do you want? And don't worry, we'll throw in some laughs too, because if you've ever had a 50-year-old narcissist try to school you on life while you were quietly outmaneuvering their whole existence, you deserve to chuckle a little. While you were quietly outmaneuvering their whole existence, you deserve to chuckle a little. So buckle up. By the end of this video, they'll wish they'd asked for your wisdom instead of underestimating your wrinkle count. Let's go. Number 1, they mistook youthful appearance for emotional naivete. They assumed you were emotionally soft because of how young you looked. That was their first mistake. They looked at your smooth skin, your bright eyes, and your calm presence and decided, this one must be naive, inexperienced, or easily swayed. They thought they could lie to you, talk circles around you, even manipulate you into second-guessing yourself. In their mind, you were someone they could mold, control, or keep in check. But what they didn't realize was that your youthful appearance wasn't a reflection of ignorance. It was the result of wisdom that had done its work. You didn't look young because you had an easy life. You looked young because you fought for your peace and healed through your storms. They couldn't see the inner battles you've already survived, the betrayals you've forgiven without apology, the spiritual warfare you endured when no one checked on you. They didn't know about the dark nights where you had to parent yourself, console yourself, and rebuild your own identity piece by piece. They couldn't imagine that someone who looked fresh had already buried versions of themselves that were destroyed by heartbreak, rejection, and loneliness. They had no clue that the reason you carried yourself with such quiet confidence is because you already knew who you were. You just didn't feel the need to prove it. So when they came at you with manipulation, you didn't fall for it. When they tried to test your limits, you passed their test without even breaking a sweat. You saw their tactics before they spoke. You noticed their energy before they opened their mouth. While they thought they were playing chess, you were already 10 moves ahead. Not because you were trying to win, but because you'd already played that game in real life, over and over again. They mistook softness for stupidity, but you let them. Because the best way to expose a person's true nature is to let them believe they're smarter than you. And now that the truth is out, they don't know how to process the fact that the easy target they thought they found was actually someone anointed, protected, and 10 times wiser than they could ever pretend to be. Number 2, you carry ancient energy in a fresh vessel. People were confused the moment they met you. You looked young, vibrant, and full of life, but your presence carried something ancient, something heavy with depth. They couldn't put their finger on it, but they felt it. They thought you were just another youthful face, someone who hadn't seen much, someone still learning how the world works. But the truth is, your soul had already walked through dimensions most people wouldn't survive in their dreams. You didn't carry the energy of someone new to the world. You carried the weight of someone who's seen it all before and came back with divine instructions. That's what they couldn't wrap their heads around. How could someone so young-looking speak with that kind of authority? How could someone with such a soft presence have eyes that looked like they'd seen generations of pain, victory, and spiritual truth? You weren't shaped by textbooks or trends. You were forged in the fire of divine encounters, supernatural downloads, and real-life battles that transformed you from the inside out. What they saw on the surface didn't match the power that moved through you. And because of that disconnect, they underestimated you. They spoke down to you, thinking they were offering advice, when really they were repeating ideas you'd already transcended years ago. They tried to teach you lessons you already learned in silence, without applause, in places where nobody came to rescue you. They thought they were smarter, more advanced, more capable. But every time you spoke, something in them got quiet. Not because you shouted, but because your truth struck a chord they weren't ready to face.
Switzerland got a program that's called...
Moral of the story: do not judge a book by its cover. And leave people alone.
They trying to do portals and shit because they be trying to get back and forth to their home planet Nern, bro. They can't, bruh. See, motherfuckers constantly think they trying to use their spaceship to leave, bro. They trying to use portals to get back to their planet because that's the only way to get back to their planet. Ain't no getting in no fucking rocket and going back to their planet. You can't do that. You can't even leave this motherfucker. We gotta know this shit, bro. And another thing, bro, what happens to a plant when they fall in frequency? What color do it turn? It turn brown. It turn carbon. When you drop a gold chain in the ocean and it stay down there for centuries, a long ass time, what color do it turn? It turn a copper color. That's what happened to us, bro. When they first came to this planet, we were big as fuck. We was different colors like Avatar, green, blue, and shit. They blew all our shit down, bro, and they fucking unalived so many people, bro. We dropped in frequency, bro. That's why we brown now, bro. We dropped in frequency. We weren't brown when they first came to this planet. We have to know that about these people, bro. These people, and that's why I be telling y'all the FBI and the CIA got the files on us, bro. They know who we truly are. That's why they can't let us rise in frequency. That's why they always got to keep some low vibrational shit in our face. Rap music, these low vibrational ass movies and shit. Tyler Perry be making, 50 Cent them be making. All these TV shows they be making bullshit, Snowfall and shit like that. That's bullshit. Empire, shit like that's bullshit. That's low vibe. That's
bull dung. Yes. I have not seen none of that. I mean, the last official show that I watched was The Wire, bro. After The Wire, everything else was cooked. And that was bad. That was bad. The Wire was really bad. Actually, The Wire, well, I can't say The Wire is the roots to those movies. Because if you ask me, New Jack City might be the root to those movies. And I'm glad Wesley Snipes did not continue the movie when he came out. He was like, nah, I'm not going to poison the community anymore. Been there, done that, seen the outcome, I'm good. All money ain't good money. Let's keep it moving.
Low vibrational shit, and the government know what they doing, bro. That's why they push it so hard. Movies like Boys in the Hood and shit. That's why you think they ain't made a movie about the Moors running Spain for 700 years or Mansa Musa. They ain't gonna make no movie about that because they can't show these young kids that's fucking 16 and lower. They can't show them a period of time when we ran Spain for 700 years. We ran a part of the world for 700 years. They be trying to delete this shit. They be trying to delete this history. That's why this should be pissing me off when they be telling motherfuckers to go back to their country. Go back to your fucking planet, bitch. Go back to the planet you came from. Because you already don't supposed to be here. That sun letting you stupid motherfuckers know that y'all don't supposed to be here. Y'all constantly maneuvering ways around living on this planet, bro.
Right, he's mad.
That's exactly what y'all doing.
He's mad.
They flood everybody's shit. They done flooded all our towns. They done put so much trauma and shit on us. Now they telling us the shit our fault when they knowing they done did shit to us. When they knowing J. Edgar Hoover done did shit to us. These people know this shit. They know they owe us reparations for all the bullshit they done put us through. And I don't even be trying to do that about they bullshit ass currency. But shit, we living in this bullshit ass fucking society they got us living in. So give us the shit that we need to live in this fucking society. Give us that shit back. Give us our fucking land back. We don't even need y'all fucking money. Give us our land back. Give us our fucking land back. And stop lying to people. Stop trying to ban CRT. Stop trying to not teach our kids what really happened. Stop trying to not teach our kids who y'all truly are. Stop trying to hide what your ancestors did, because it ain't doing nothing but making y'all look worse, bro. It's making y'all look better. Because when y'all kids find out the shit that your fucking ancestors did that y'all was trying to hide, the shit ain't gonna do them but make them hate y'all even more. Then, like I always say, I'm gonna say this on every video. Some of these yike motherfuckers that was dangling out people from trees are still alive right to this day, bro. They 85 years old, 96, 90.
What y'all think? Facts or cap?
Stop trying to not teach our kids what really happened. Stop trying to not teach our kids who y'all truly are. Stop trying to hide what your ancestors did, because it ain't doing nothing but making y'all look worse, bro. It's making y'all look better. Because when y'all kids find out the shit that your fucking ancestors did that y'all was trying to hide, the shit ain't gonna do them but make them hate y'all even more. Then, like I always say, I'm gonna say this on every video. Some of these yike motherfuckers that was dangling out people from trees are still alive right to this day, bro. They 85 years old, 96, 90.
Was he capping? Or was it facts? Was he capping? Was it facts? What did you get out of it? I mean, was it true? Because truthness is ether. Comment down below. Maybe he's off, maybe he's right. Let me know what y'all think. Okay, guys, we have come to the final moment of the show. You know, we never like this part when it's ending. But guess what? We got more videos coming tomorrow. I'm telling y'all, I'm on it like y'all want it. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Share the video. You might be sharing this video with somebody who needs to see the video. Raise their vibration. Or let them know what's going on around the world. Some people's under a rock. Let's raise some vibration. Let's share what's going on around the world. Let's be a family. Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, though, I'm your host, Zeno. This is the Higher Zone. Lock in.